everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome one and all to my humble silver pouring bench this fine Sunday afternoon with the sun beaming in across the bench, or as I like to call it, the kitchen hob, as we put this big MDF board down. Very much a kitchen table business here in the Backyard Bullion household, and then we can take it up at the end of the day and have our kitchen back. Now, I've done silver pouring videos from my bench before, and normally the camera is on the other side of the table pointing down so you can see the silver pouring a little more clearly, but today it's all about the kiln, it's all about the furnace. I've been asked a number of times by people what equipment I use, so I thought I'd give a tour of the furnace because we've got some exciting news to share with you. I have been offered to become the UK distributor and promoter of these furnaces, and I have to say I am very happy to do so because they are very, very good pieces of kit. I've been using them ever since I got started, nearly, gosh, nearly 2.5 years ago now. You know, the manufacturer of them have very, very kindly offered for me to be able to kind of promote them and also sell them via my website, which is exciting stuff. So I thought I'd show them to you all. I have recommended them to a number of different people out there who have already purchased them and started their own silver pouring. So if you were thinking about starting doing some silver pouring yourself, then it may well be worth having a look at these furnaces because they are very, very good indeed. Now, there's links down below to my website where you can see these. There are various different options, and not just the furnaces as well. We've got all of the accessories which are available for distribution as well. The graphite crucibles, even things like the tongs, heat-proof gloves, whatever it might be, we've got it. You can get sort of a one-stop shop, as it were, to find everything that you need to start silver pouring, which is really exciting. Now, the particular furnace which I have out here on the bench today is the what's called R9D33 model. It holds these crucibles, which are fairly sizable, and they hold up to, well, it's billed as 1,000 grams of gold, so you're probably looking at about, you know, sort of maybe 500, maximum 500 grams of silver. I've managed to get about 450 grams of silver, which is about 15 ounces worth of silver in these crucibles. Anything more than that and you're kind of almost at tipping point of overflowing, which is obviously not safe. So it's served me incredibly well. I've also got the smaller version of this furnace, which is, I haven't got any crucibles here, but they hold really small crucibles. They hold about 2.5 to 3 ounces worth of silver, and that's the one I got started with all the way back when I got started. And these furnaces have served me incredibly well, and one of the really good things about these is that they are, so whilst I will be distributing them in the UK, they will be sent from the actual manufacturer, who is also based here in the UK. So when I was looking to get started, I looked out there, and first actually I started with a sort of a blowtorch. In fact, I started with this tiny little blowtorch which I bought off Amazon. It's one of those ones you'd use for a creme brulee in the kitchen, and a ceramic crucible, and I just was not able to get more than basically an ounce of silver melted at any one time. So I then immediately thought, well, okay, a furnace is going to be, a kiln is going to be much better. And I had a look out there. I found lots of available ones on eBay. I even looked at what other people on YouTube were using, and the ones on eBay all came from China, you know, supplied from China, brought into the UK. They were, you know, £300, £400, £500, depending on the size. So they were quite expensive. Obviously, you'd also maybe have to pay VAT import duty when they came to the UK, 20% extra. So, you know, big outlay to get started. And then I found these guys, and these furnaces are incredibly competitively priced. The very small one is £125. This one is £220, and there is a bigger version. I forget the price point of it, but it'll all be down on my website, so make sure you go and have a look. I haven't got the big one yet, but I will be upgrading and getting that one, and hopefully bringing you guys some sort of kilo silver bars at some point in the future. So they are incredibly competitively priced when you put it in that perspective, and combined with the fact that the company is in the UK, they offer a 1-year warranty on these furnaces as well, which I've used once because one of the furnaces, the very first furnace in fact I had, the little furnace that could, it conked out after putting something like 1,500 ounces of silver through it, which was, you know, incredible how long it went. And I was constantly amazed at the amount of time and energy that I put through that furnace and the fact that the heating element survived. You know, I don't know what they're built for in terms of the amount of hours that they can potentially use, but a year warranty is a year warranty. The company took it, they repaired it under the warranty. They in fact didn't just repair it, they refurbished the whole thing, brand new innards. You can see when I'll show you quickly, there's like heat-proof foam at the top and ceramic bricks there as well. And they refurbished and replaced all of that, all of the heating elements, and it was basically brand new. And they then put a brand new 6-month warranty on it as well. So, you know, all told, incredible company, great service, great ethos, you know, fantastic stuff. So very happy to be working with them to help distribute and sell these furnaces. This big one, as I said, it's very, very good. It's now the primary furnace which I use all of the time. I find that this size is pretty practical for pretty much anything that I want to use. Yeah, just all in all, incredibly good value for money, convenient, and just generally a brilliant, brilliant furnace. Digital readout as well, maximum temperature 1120. I'm not going to go through all the technical specifications. All of that is listed over on my website, but it's really practical and easy to use. It's essentially just plug it in, turn it on. You can set the maximum temperature that you want, and then essentially it will warm up to that temperature. I've got some silver in there right now, which is warming up. I like to pour my silver at around about the 1050 mark. This is degrees centigrade, by the way, for those of you who are watching in the USA and wondering how I'm getting silver to melt at half the temperature. So it's degrees Celsius. We use that here in the UK. And yeah, just generally it's really very, very easy to use. So I'm just going to get the mould warming up now. I use a little blowtorch to get it nice and hot. Some people will want their moulds red hot, and I don't find that's needed for simple moulds like this. Maybe for more complicated moulds with a little bit more you know, intricate detail on it, but this is just fine for me. Now, one of the other really important things for me when I was considering what furnace to buy, what kit I suppose I should say to buy, was safety. And I very quickly realised the very first time I got silver melting and pouring with the torch and with the with the ceramic crucible was that, you know, it's a lot of hot work, and it's quite dangerous. There's a lot of variables which can go wrong with it, and I didn't really like that. I thought it was a little bit too. I'm not that skilled with that side of things, and it was a little bit too dangerous for me, so I then wanted to use the furnace. And as you can see, it's incredibly compact. It's just a little metal box basically. If I show you just up here, there's a little wooden handle on the top of it, which is, you know, cold to the touch, so you can quite easily open it with that very nicely. It's, you know, doesn't pump out huge heat. I mean, if you touch it for longer than a couple of seconds, it will probably burn you, but it's, you know, you can put your hands very close to it and not get burnt. It's safe for the kitchen. Just generally very, very safe piece of kit to use. And you'll see how easy it is to pour the silver as well. Of course, things are always only as safe as you make them. So if you are, you know, I always think if you don't respect the silver, if you don't respect the environment that you're working in, that's just asking for trouble. There's going to be mistakes which happen. So, of course, like big big heat-proof gloves are a must, and just generally being safe and aware of your surroundings as well is really important. But generally speaking, this is an incredibly safe unit. I've never had any issues in terms of the electricals. You know, it's essentially a giant toaster. It's got an arc furnace inside it, and it's brilliant. I found it to be very good. So we're going to pour some silver now, and as you can see, you probably won't be able to see the silver actually poured into the mould, but you'll be able to see everything that I use with this to take the graphite crucible out and actually pour with it. And it's very easy to do. So all you do is open, put the tongs on, make sure they're nice and snug, and away you go. So I'm going to pour my silver now. And you can tap your mould or do whatever you want. We're going to do a second one straight away. And then back in the furnace it goes. Just as simple as that. And as you saw, no real risks and dangers. Now, I did have one situation about 6 months ago where the crucible had a kind of failure. Basically, it cracked, and I was very lucky that molten silver kind of didn't go everywhere or destroy the furnace. But that was more of a me mistake, because I forced a piece of silver into this graphite crucible, and that basically damaged it and made it fail. So I've never had any kind of major issues with the kind of setup here in terms of safety, and I think that's really important to share with you guys. Now, in terms of recharging the silver in there, it's very practical. Unless you throw the silver around like I just did. But it's very practical to do. I just got a pair of pliers holding the silver, and then you just can lift it up and you can pop your silver in, and you can pop as much in as you like or as little in as you like, and off it goes. You'll notice when you pop more silver in like I have just done there, that the temperature gauge will start dropping, and that's because obviously the silver is cooler than the environment. Overall the environment goes down, but the electric arc furnace will then heat everything up and melt it all back down again. And I've found that it will take probably around about 10-15 minutes once you've recharged the furnace there to get more silver up to temperature ready for pouring. And these graphite crucibles are rated for up to 90 minutes worth of silver pouring time once the crucible goes in. So you can probably get about 4 or 5 different pours depending on how much silver you're putting in at a time, or 4 or 5 different sort of pouring sessions like I just did there. 2 pieces per time makes 8 to 10 pieces per kind of 90 minutes. It does take about 45 minutes for the furnace to warm up from zero, and I've had it running for 3-4 hours constantly at a time, 5-6 days a week, and it's held out just fine. This one I've had since March, and it's had no issues whatsoever. So all in all, very, very good indeed. So if you are interested in these furnaces and finding out more about them, I'm more than happy to liaise with you via email. So drop me an email on byb@backyardbullion.com, or if you've made up your mind already, you can head on over to my website where these are all listed over on my website, and you can find out all of the technical specifications. But feel free to get in touch and email me as well. Otherwise, if you like this video, please put a thumbs up on it and share it around on your social media. I'm just going to finish off here with a little bit of silver quenching. Who doesn't like a little bit of quenching silver? But if you like this video, guys, please put a thumbs up on it and share it around on your social media. These rounds are always a little pig to pick up. And if you would like to see more videos like this in the future, then please do let me know. Please do hit the subscribe button if you are not a subscriber of my channel already. Nice big silver quenching. And yeah, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to get a notification when I upload future videos, then do hit the alarm bell as well. Let's see what this one came out to be. 3.2 ounces. That with a little bit of water is probably just under. So yeah, that one is pretty good. That will be made into a silver forum round, I have no doubt. So very cool. Let's see what the other one came out. I think this one's a little heavier, so probably going to head back into the melting pot. Yeah, 3.32. That's a little bit too much free silver for me to be giving away with some forum rounds. So back it goes in there for cutting up and melting. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you've all had a fantastic weekend and have a great week ahead. And please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.